Hi guys, happy Monday. I hope you guys had a great weekend. We're going to be doing quadratic word problems this week, which I know you guys all love word problems, so it's going to be super fun. I'm going to do 3 of them with you, and we're going to be using Desmos to solve them. And then for your assignment, you're going to be doing 3 very similar problems also using Desmos because trust me, it's 10 times easier, 100 times easier to use Desmos to solve these than it would be using actual algebra. So first thing that it asks, so it says a ball is thrown into the air with an initial upward velocity of 48 feet per second. Its height, which is represented by h, after t seconds is given by the function h of t equals negative 16t squared plus 48t plus 4. So since this is a quadratic word problem, we know that the path of this ball is going to look like a parabola. Or just picture someone throwing a ball and think of what path does it take. It's going to look like a parabola. So the first question that it asks, how many seconds will it take for the ball to reach its maximum height? Maximum height. We've talked about maximum and minimum when using parabolas before. So another word for maximum is also vertex. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up Desmos and we're going to find the vertex of this equation. That'll give us the maximum height. So remember when you're using Desmos, you cannot use any other variables besides x or y for some reason. So instead of h of t, you guys can either just put y or put nothing. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to put y. So negative 16, instead of t squared, we're going to have x squared plus 48x instead of t plus 4. So this gives us, zoom in, this gives us the path that the ball took when it was thrown into the air. So it wants to know how many seconds will it take for the ball to reach the maximum height. So we need to find the vertex. We're going to click and drag, find our vertex right there. So what you guys can do is just click on that point and it'll give you the coordinates. So when it's asking for the height itself, it's the y value. When it's asking for the seconds, it's our x value. So for seconds, we're looking for 1.5 seconds. 1.5 seconds. All right. The ball's maximum height, that is our y value. In this case, it's 40 feet. Remember to label your numbers. So it takes 1.5 seconds for the ball to reach its maximum height, or in other words, for the vertex of this graph on the maximum of this parabola, and it's 40 feet. All right. The next question. So Jason jumped off a cliff into the ocean while he was on vacation. His height as a function of time can be modeled by the function h of t equals negative 16t squared plus 16t plus 48. Again, where t is seconds and h is the height in feet. How long did it take for Jason to reach its maximum height? So again, we're looking for a maximum height. Our maximum of a parabola is our vertex. So we're going to find the vertex of this function. So it's negative 16. Remember, instead of t, we're going to be using x's. Okay. So we're going to click and drag. We got to go all the way up to find this vertex. So how long did it take? The variable that we're looking for when it says how long, that is seconds. That's our x value. So in this case, it only took half a second for him to reach his maximum height. Half a second. The highest point, so that's how many feet was he at, is our y value, which is 52 feet. So all we're doing right now is reading the graph. All right. Last question. So a small rocket is launched off the ground for a high school science experiment. The path of the rocket, oh, I made a typo. I should say of. The path of the rocket is given by the function h of t equals negative 16t squared plus 128t. What is the greatest height the rocket reaches? Or what's the maximum height, maximum vertex? So we're going to come over here and find our vertex. So negative 16x squared plus 128x. Got to zoom out a little bit. We're going to go all the way up here until we find our vertex. We're going to click on that, and it's going to show us that it's at the point 4, 256. So when it's asking for the greatest height, it's asking for feet. I don't know, I'm clicking everywhere right now. It's asking for feet. So we're looking at our y value, which is 256 feet. If it was asking for how long it took to get here, so how many seconds it took for it to reach the maximum height, that's our x value because it's our number of seconds, which in this case would be 4. Now it switches it up a little bit. So at 2 seconds, about how high is the rocket? Is it going up or is it going down? I'm going to show you a couple different ways that you can do this, and you could do whichever is most comfortable for you. So the first thing that you can do is you can just click and you can drag across your parabola until you get the time that you want. So this one's a little bit more difficult because it's a little bit harder to get the exact number that you want. So we need exactly 2. Yeah, I go down even more. And I get exactly 2, which is right there. See, it's a little bit difficult. So 192. So at 2 seconds, it was at 192 feet. So that's one way you can do it. So when you let go, that point disappears. I just want to disclose that to you right now. The second way that you can do this is you can come over here to this side, and you can click on this little settings button and click on the one that looks like a table. It'll say convert to table. Okay. So it gives you a value, or it gives you all of your x values with what your y values are. So if we want it, it asks for 2 seconds. So if you come over here, you look at 192 feet. Okay, so those are the different ways that you can do that. And what we're looking for is it going up or down right now. So if it was launched from the ground and it goes up, 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 it hits the vertex. That was its highest point. So now it's going to turn and it's going to go down. So on this side with 2, our rocket is going up. Okay, so let's go look over on here. So at 2 seconds, how high is the rocket? It's 192 feet and it's going up. Now it asks for what about when it's at 6 seconds? So you guys could do the same thing. You guys could just drag and see what you want your point to be at. So you can drag it until it's at 6. I don't like doing that, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to move this and type in 6, and it gives me 192, and it makes a point right there. So we have 6, 192. So at 6 seconds, it is at 192 feet. Now, when we were at 2, that's the same as when we were at 2 seconds, so the same height. But our 2 was going up. We hit our vertex. Now we're going down. So at 6 seconds, we are going down. So 192 feet going down. So you guys are going to be using Desmos for the 3 problems that you're doing on your homework. If you have any questions, feel free to contact Miss Alinsky. Feel free to contact me. We'd love to just sit and chat with you guys. So anything you need, please let us know. Have a great day.